to my tutorial of Blender. In this tutorial, I'm just going to show you some basic tools that you can use to get you started on Blender. So, just to start out right now, when you start up Blender, they always start you with this cube and a camera and a lighting. So if you want to see what your view is going to look like, you can click Render Image. So it shows your cube here. So just to get out of that render mode and get started. So let's say we want to move. Well, you can translate, you could just grab that. Let's say we want to rotate this. You can just click it, rotate, or you can hit, let's say the X key. Well, that's not what I meant to do. Let's say we bring our cube back. You can grab these to move on the axis. So here would be our x-axis, which we can see here. Here would be our y-axis, and here would be our z-axis. Or x-axis, I mean. So let's say we want to make this object bigger. You just click the scale button, and you can either drag forward or you drag it out with it. If you want to delete it, or let's say you want to duplicate this item, you can just click it and click the duplicate button, and it will. Let's say you don't want to duplicate it, you can delete it. Or let's say you right click on the cube and you hit duplicate it. So you have this separate one. Now shift right click that button and you can join it. Now you have two that are connected. So that's just some of the basics. Now let's say we want to start off not with the render. Let's say we just want a plane. Now if you want to make this bigger, you can hit the scale button, which doesn't seem to work that good. Or you can hit the S button, you can just drag it out. That just gives us a good, nice little plane here. Now, you can add your objects. Let's say you have all sorts of objects here. You got planes, cubes, circles, spheres, cylinders, cones, and so on. Well, let's say we want to mess with the sphere. So we have the sphere, we place it on top there. Now, you can go down here, you can do the smooth, which will smooth out the item. Now, you can go over here, let's give our little sphere some color. So we'll go here, just by clicking the button there, hit the diffuse, which this will bring us to our color. We can make it whatever color we'd like. That's pretty simple. Let's use a blue color. Now you see this little white here? We can change that by messing with the second part there. Let's say we just make it a green. We can even change the hardness, which will just, make that even intense. We can change the emit down here, so it'll just keep making the ball lighter and lighter into that color. which could come in handy. Now let's say we want to add a texture. So we add the texture, but we go down here, we can change the texture. We can do wood, we can do ocean, noise. We can even add an image to it. So let's say we want to use the wood, which I go down here. This messes with the color that you want your grain to be. So you can go in here. Let's say we want to give it a purple grain. And I also like to add like these rings or the bands. Gives it a nice little effect. Well, I like to use the bands. Now let's see what we've done here just by going to the render. Which it's right there. It doesn't show up that good because the camera is out of view. So all we'll do here is click the camera. Now you can either rotate it or you can actually drag and move it. Now if you want to see your view on this camera, you can easily click the 0 key. This will bring up the view. See, now it's an angle, so when you render it, it renders what's ever in front of that camera. See our little planet here, it's got a nice little look right there. So those are some tools that you can use in your Blender. And for right now, that's all I have. Happy blending.